Good evening, everyone. Everyone, I'm back once again with another Vlogmas and another scene. I don't know now. I said that scene that I put up last was better, but take a look at this. It's a toss-up, y'all. Look at this. Look at that. I hope I'm doing it right, y'all. Because as you know, I'm not the greatest photographer in the world. But there you have it. It almost looked like a loft. It almost looked like a church. It looks like a lot of stuff. It looks like the lobby of a hotel. But then why are the doors over there open? They've got French doors. Ah, this is beautiful. What is that? I think that's a Christmas tree, the little gold Christmas tree. That's the mantle. Oh, yeah, I need to be there right about now because I've been working a little bit today. As a matter of fact, I did something out of the ordinary, y'all. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, my God. Well, I had another ginger ale today, and I had taken a few sips just before I came on here, so I'm sorry about that, y'all. I apologize. I do have some manners, but hey, I wasn't expecting that to come out like that. But anyway, I made myself a cake today. Let me show you the disaster, y'all. But let me tell you, it might be a disaster looking, but that cake was delicious. This cake right here. Let's see if I got it in the picture. This is what I made, y'all. And it smells so good, y'all. I smell it. Now, this is the pan that I used. And look how flat that is. That cake had risen. Let me see if I hope I'm pointing to you correctly. It had risen all the way up to here. When I peeped in the oven, I don't know if I caused the cake to fall, because I know my mother used to say, well, when we was down home, don't be keeping a lot of noise and running and carrying on in the house because you'll make the cake fall. And I took my oven door and peeped in there like that. And I gently closed it up. But the next time I came back, the cake had fallen. I said, oh, Lord, it's going to be a total disaster like my other cakes in that oven. Because that oven, for some reason or another, does not cook correctly. I don't know. Because it's cheap, I guess. Because I've cooked 2 other cakes, and I know how to cook a cake, y'all. I mean, if I'm at this age, I don't know how to cook a cake, then what is my problem? What is that? Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, my camera. The camera is not covering the screen, but it'll cover the screen, I guess, once I finish uploading the video. So how's everybody doing on this 14th day of Vlogmas? I'm hanging in there. Y'all. I've been trying to clean up. Let me show you. I put my tablecloth on the table, and I said, oh, Lord, is this tablecloth going to look okay in here this year? Because I had it in here last year. That's when I had the red curtain. And now I got to go. And I put these flowers up here. But then I said, I don't know if the other, when it comes to decor, y'all, I ain't the one. So, hey, I'm doing the best I can do. I go by, like, which one looked the best? Do I think that one looked the best? Or do I think the other little short one looked the best? I don't know. They all look alike to me. And I got my little, what do you call it, that thing? I always get the name of that thing wrong. Aromatherapy, whatever that thing is, that, the steam comes out of it. I was going to hook that up because I'm feeling kind of stuffy. You know how you feel kind of, your house feels dry from the heat and all of that. Because I've been in the house, I haven't opened the door today. I did open it yesterday to check my mailbox, but that's it. I haven't actually been out. And today I didn't open the door at all. I said, nope, not going to open the door at all today. It is, believe it or not, let's see, it's 30 degrees right now, which is not bad for, what time is it? 6:30? I done lost track of the time. That shows you I've been busy. I lost complete, wait a minute, 7:30. I didn't know it was that late. I think it was about 6:30 or something, about 6:30. And I still got the boxes. And I was in the process of packing up the frying pans that I had got. But then they want me to bring them to Kohl's, which is another story to tell all by itself because my ride has cut me off. They don't want to give me no ride no more. They can only give me a ride on Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever that means, y'all. I had to miss an appointment today. I had my foot doctor's appointment, and they're the ones who usually take me there. And now they're changing things and talk about I'm mobile enough I can take a city bus. All these years I've been taking my ride, now they're telling me I can take a city bus. And they're saying that I can only, get a ride on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I could not, I've been going through a lot of stuff, and so I think that's probably why I'm late, and I've been throwing myself into doing, things just to keep my mind off it, and trying to figure things out, how I'm going to work this thing, with them. I got a application. They did send me an application to fill out, but then they want my doctor to fill it out. But then they told me I could do it online. I got to call them again tomorrow if I don't forget. I'm going to make myself a note to see if I could do it online because they said I really don't have to have the doctor to sign it. What are they going to do, take my word for what my problems are? If that's the case, they should have my issues and my problems right there in their office. They talking like I'm some kind of teenager. Hey, you mobile. You can do this. No, I can't. No, I ain't going to say I can't because maybe I can. I'm not going to say that I can't. I think I can do it if I have to. Let's put it like that. Even though I might be in pain and I may have to stop. Just like I told you, like when I'm doing my housework, I have to stop because I'm in pain and then sit down for a little while. But that's the only thing, though, about taking a bus. There's no place to sit all the time. I got to stand. Sometimes the bus is going to be late. It's just not good for a person like me, that my age, to have to go out there and try to take a bus. That's ridiculous. And I think they're starting all this stuff because all the buses in my ride and stuff like that are free. And I think they're overwhelmed. And so they're filtering out the people they can filter out. Because people are taking advantage of that. Which I'm not. I'm not overly taking advantage of it. But I think that some people are. And therefore, they don't have enough rides to go around. Or sometimes they have to triple up, double up, And then one day I had to ride almost an hour and a half before they finally brought me to my residence, to my house. I had to go take some other guy home, round and about, which I didn't mind it so much because I didn't have nothing else to do. I enjoyed the scenery. Matter of fact, I was videotaping the scenery. When you see me videotaping those sceneries on my videos, that's what I'm doing, y'all, because somebody else is in the video on the truck. Oh, boy. But I did put my work in today. But you know what? I have come to the conclusion that I'm not getting paid. So, hey, I'm goofing off right about now. I'm just going to goof off for a while. But I know I'm going to have another piece of that cake. That cake is saying a taste, y'all. It might be ugly, but it's got what it takes. It's got flavor. Yes, it's good. It really is good. I don't know what would have happened, because it lost this air, the air that was in it. Because even when I was beating it up, it made that, it was a lot of batter. I had to scoop, it was so thick, I had to scoop the batter up out of there to put it in the pan. And like I said, it raised up, it rise. And then it raised up to almost at the top of the pan. Till maybe about that much of the pan was left, from being full. But then, I think I had went 30 minutes before I cracked that door open, because I told the old girl over there, you know, the one, Alexa, I told her to, set the timer for 30 minutes. But I didn't know what time, how long the cake was going to be, so I peeked in there. I turned the light on the stove, and it looked like it had risen up, but it wasn't brown. Don't get it twisted now, y'all. It was not brown. It just had risen, up. And I opened the door. And I'm going to wonder for a long time, is that the reason my cake failed, because I opened the door? Because the cake itself had a lot of air. I'm beating it, which I got a hand mixer, that was, and it took a long time for the butter, and the butter showed up and showed out. I could taste the butter in this bad boy right here, y'all. He's a bad mama jama. He's ugly. He's ugly. But honey, he sure got it going on in the other department. Trust me on this one. Very flavorful. The only thing that I think I would do, if I had to do it over again, is just leave out a little bit of the sugar. Because for me, I don't like stuff really, sweet. To me, it was just a little, it's good. Don't get it wrong, it's good, but just a little bit of sugar. Maybe I leave out maybe a quarter cup of sugar out of there. And it'll be on point. And I'm going to try that the next time. Cake is sanitized, y'all. I wish you could have some. They look like crumbs in there, but it didn't come out of the pan all that smooth. But the crumbs was good too, because I was digging that stuff up out of the pan, eating the stuff out of the pan, and it had, like a crust around the edges that was breaking off from the actual cake itself. But it was good. It was brown, and it was hard and sort of crispy. I was eating it up like ice cream. It was good. It is good, should I say. Not it was. It is. I don't know, y'all. I wish I could give you some of it so you could see what I'm talking about. And it would be even better with some frosting on top. And I usually have a little frosting in my refrigerator, but I haven't been making no cakes lately. Like on a holiday. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me turn this heater off because I'm getting sweaty. Hold on. I guess I had to bend over there to turn that one off because I just got that one on, And I was getting hot because I'm talking, I guess, sometimes. And I got this hat on. I should send these hats back to Amazon because I think these hats have been used. Look at this. Right there. I don't like the way it look on me either. Seems like that. Oh, well, I'm not going to talk about the hat. Okay, I'm just leave that there. I probably will end up keeping the hat and just send back the pots and pans. As a matter of fact, that's what I was about to do. Box these bad boys up, these pans back. Until I went on Amazon and looked on there. They talking about I got to take it back to Kohl's. And that's where the confusion comes in at, about the ride. Because my ride would not take me where I want to go. And I had to miss my doctor's appointment, my foot doctor's appointment today. And I'm probably not going to be able to get another appointment. Now I'm not expecting to, they did not ask me did I wanted to reschedule. Matter of fact, I thought they wasn't going to answer the phone. They must have been really busy when I called. Because they usually ask me, do I want to reschedule? Which I don't hardly, cancel an appointment for my foot doctor. Because a lot of times, they don't want you to cancel. No, they do not want you to cancel. And I thought if you cancel so many times, they're going to probably discontinue you. Which is, I've been with her for, how many years now? I don't know how many years I've been with her. Maybe 5, 6 years. Might be longer than that. I don't know, y'all. But anyway, I've never, ever canceled before. They have changed my appointment. They have called me up and asked me, could I come in at a such, different time or something like that. But No, I'm never canceled. So that's my first rodeo, as far as they're concerned. And I gotta get an appointment because I was looking at my toe today. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but this is my life, y'all. This is the story of my life. I have an ingrown toenail with my first toe, that big guy. The toenail is growing down in there and it's starting to bother me, you know, because it's growing inside of the flesh. And then sometimes, I would have to put a piece of Band-Aid or something on it so it doesn't hurt me. Even in those sneakers that I wear or the boots that I wear, I have to sometimes, put a little Band-Aid on the sensitive spots. So I don't need to be, missing my foot doctor's appointment. I wonder if can I sue them for not giving an old lady her ride. I wonder, should I talk to the executive? Should I go up to the 10th floor? Talk to the big guy upstairs and tell on them. But no, I'm gonna let it ride because I don't know. I might get a ride next week. I'm gonna call them tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is today is the 14th day of Vlogmas. I didn't forget. I was ready tonight, y'all. I was ready. I didn't have to look to see what Vlogmas today is. Because it is indeed the 14th day of Vlogmas. You know what that means, y'all? Do you have any idea what this means? It means that there's only 11 days until Christmas. Therefore, is it 11 days? You got 10 more days to shop. That's it. Boom, boom. Get your shopping bag, shopping cart, and get on your reindeer, y'all. You know what? I was wondering, can you buy a reindeer? I mean, a real reindeer. You're going to have to go. You got a lot of places you got to go. You need to get around on a reindeer. But I guess today you could probably fly on what's that thing they sent up there? A drone. You probably could shop on a drone. I think in certain places already, you can order your food and the drone will deliver your food to your door. And it's always Uber, but when you go shopping, I don't know if the drone going to be doing all that shopping for you. So it looks like y'all going to have to get up there on the reindeer and ride. And I ain't got you know what? I have no room to talk because I haven't done my little shopping yet, but I just be too cold. I can't do it. I said I don't really have to, because my kids are grown, and the chances are if I do have presents, it's going to be a monetary gift. Very small monetary gift at that. And I normally just go through the, great-grandkids, not even the grands, go to great-grand. And sometimes my children. Is it? Nobody else gets nothing. But I may not do that this year because something came up. I had a sort of, situation came up in my family. And I was unable to, I'm able to do it. Can't do it all the time. But there's always the birthdays. You can make up for the birthdays. And I think birthdays would be easier, than Christmas for me anyway, because they're not all at one day. Now, Christmas is one day, even though it's only one time a year, once a year. Everything has got to happen that day. Everybody's expecting their present. All the grandkids expecting their present. But not this year. And if you go birthdays, One birthday's in January, another birthday in February, then it skips and goes down the line to maybe May or April or June. Sometimes you might have a couple birthdays in the same month or something like that. But like it ain't all at one time. So which is better? I think if they're having a party, it's a good thing to do the birthday. But then a lot of times they don't have a party for, you can't afford a party for all your children sometimes. Sometimes I know how I used to do. I used to go by the one who has never had. If you've never had a birthday party, you definitely gonna get a birthday party. Everybody gotta have a birthday party. So I think that's the way parents probably do. Or either sometimes they got two children close together in the same month for, like a couple of weeks apart or something. They could have the birthday parties together. And if they're close in age, and the chances are they have the same friends, they know the same people, same all in one birthday party, 2 cakes. That's it. But anyway, y'all, I hope you got your chimney all decorated with your garland. Stockings are hung up. Trees are lit up. I don't think you did the baking yet, right? You didn't do no baking. Well, like I said, I practiced. That's a practice cake that I made today. That's practice. And the next time I make it, like I said, I already wrote a little note to take the little bit of sugar out of that cake. I could probably take a little bit of butter out of that, but I had put a little bit more butter in there because it was so hard to, it was so thick. It's like a pound cake. It's so thick. And you don't really add liquid, but if I had been thinking, instead of adding a little more butter to, loosen the thing up, I could have added a little milk. I'll keep that in mind. Thank y'all for sharing that with me. Because that made it come to light, just by talking about it. That came to mind. That's what I could have done instead of butter. Because that butter is in there. I'm trying to tell you, you can taste the butter because the butter showed up and showed out, y'all. I'm telling you. And I keep sitting here looking at it. I didn't really have no dinner today. I had a hot dog, and I couldn't hardly eat that hot dog. It had the skin on it. Oh, my. It had the, what do you call it? The skin. And I put it in the pot, and something weird happened to this hot dog, y'all. I know you're tired of hearing me talk about food, but I got to tell the truth. The truth is in me, y'all. I got to tell it. And I decided to boil the hot dog. He's one of those frankfurters about yay long. He's, longer than your normal hot dog. You usually get it over there in the deli. And it's got the skin on. Something like the Hummels with the skin on. The Hummels. They used to be some good hot dogs. That's what I thought this was going to be. But I don't know if they even make the Hummels with the skin on them anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't hardly buy hot dogs. But I had some up there in the freezer that I had bought, I think, last week, a couple of weeks ago or something like that. But anyway, when I was boiling this particular hot dog, foot long, I guess it's like a foot long, something that you would buy at the fair or you would buy at the amusement park. They got this real long hot dog hanging all off the bun and all that kind of stuff. But those were the days, honey. Those things were worthy of eating. Corn on the cob, you could see it rolling over there in the butter when you're at the amusement park. Don't you wish you had one right now, y'all? Tell the truth. You could see that. The ears of popcorn rolling around in butter. And then you see the hot dogs rolling around, just rolling around, waiting for somebody to come by and buy one. But one thing I never was that crazy about? I'm way off track now, y'all. I went to the amusement park. You can't turn me back now. You can't turn me around. I'm at the amusement park, okay? I never had a corn dog. They look good when people are eating them. But see, I was busy eating other stuff. I was busy eating corn on the cob. I wasn't that crazy about cotton candy, though, But That corn on the cob was for me. I would have maybe 2 or 3 of them a day while I was at that amusement park, walking around eating like a pig. And I would have a hot dog. And I think that's about it. Cotton candy the kids would have, and I would, just pinch a little piece of theirs. And I ain't crazy about cotton candy, but it looks good. You walk around got your cotton candy. Hey, don't you wish you had some? But anyway, this particular hot dog that I had in my pot today, I had it boiling in the pot, y'all. And do you know that the skin actually peeled away from that hot dog? I said, I wonder what that skin is made of. What is that? I've never seen that happen before in my life. And that's a Scout's honor. I don't know how you do the Scout's honor, but whatever. That's it. The honest to goodness truth, y'all. I've never seen that happen before. Actually peel away from the hot dog. That thin little layer, it almost looked like cellophane, not cellophane, but paper or something that was on it. Never seen it happen before in my life. Have you? Have you ever seen skin peel away from the hot dog just because you got it in the pot, boiling it? I've never seen nothing peeling away from a hot dog like that. What are they doing to food, y'all? Guess you have to learn how to make a hot dog. But they say that's one of the worst things you could eat. I gotta get off this video, y'all. Oh, Lord. I haven't even talked about the Vlogmas at all. But let me see if I got a minute. Nope. I don't even have a minute. It's been 26 minutes. I haven't been up there no 26 minutes. Have I? Have I talked to the YouTube and the YouTube community for 26 minutes? I don't think so. I'm getting ready to go handle my business, y'all. I'm going to... about my bedroom that I told you I was not through. I did work a little bit in there today, too. Very little, not that much. That's why I haven't showed you that. But if the sun is shining brightly tomorrow, we shall go into the bedroom on the 15th day of Vlogmas. I go with love. I go with love.